So I'm here with Lauren from Mum Fit Wonder. And Lauren, congratulations on your award.
Thank you very much.
Could you tell me a little bit more about Mum Fit Wonder and how it works?
Sure. So I set up Mum Fit Wonder in 2015 to help mums really and inspire them to keep fit throughout, basically from pregnancy to postnatally. So it's classes where mums can bring their babies along to the classes. That's kind of how it started. So a wide range of different classes that they can come to, from aerobics to buggy fitness, to boot camp and things like that. So that's kind of how it started, and it's kind of evolved, very much evolved through lockdown really, where I had to bring everything online. And so now I offer online stuff as well, and I was doing classes where I streamed the classes where it was in person and it was being streamed online as well, so people could join in from home. And so now I do sort of a wide range of kind of in-person stuff, but then also online fitness and nutrition plans, and I'll do those throughout the year, like bursts of 14 days and 28 days, so that the mums, whether it's mums, predominantly mums, obviously I'm Mum Fit Wonder, but I have women who aren't mums as well, join. Particularly my evening class is women of all ages and abilities, and yeah, so I do the online stuff that I do is throughout the year really, but then also there's a library of about 200 workouts, whether it's workouts or fitness classes where I filmed it during, lockdown, where I was doing Zoom. Okay. And on top of that, I also do personal training. So I have ladies that come to my house, whether that's with the babies or on their own. So I offer them personal training. Stuff that they do is like boxing, or we could do weights. There's a wide range of different things that I'm offering mums as well. And they have access to online plans as well to do, and I'll give them fitness and nutrition advice throughout the week, stuff they can be doing at home, food they could be eating at home, or making throughout the week to just help them really. I'm trying to make things flexible, that it works for them in their busy, hectic lives. What you just brought up, of course, the flexibility, that's one of the key elements of that parents generally do struggle with. I suppose another one, body consciousness as well, that some of them struggle with when they're pregnant and afterwards, of course. So this kind of hits on both, doesn't it? And you're looking at both. That flexibility aspect gives them that, and you're looking at helping them, because that can cause some mental health problems, can't it? That sort of body consciousness as well. So you're looking at that side too. Definitely. I think for women, it starts really with pregnancy, where you start to sort of not recognise your own body, like all these physiological changes that are happening to you, and it does affect them mentally. I mean, this kind of starts in pregnancy, and they say, oh, I'm not feeling in control of this, and so I'll guide them through the kind of exercises that they can do in pregnancy, because I think a lot of women, once they fall pregnant, they just immediately think, okay, well, I've just got to stop. My current PT or instructor says I've got to stop. They don't feel safe with me doing it. But in actual fact, it's really, really beneficial to exercise throughout pregnancy, and it actually helps the baby and helps with recovery. So I definitely say don't take on anything new when you're pregnant, but certainly don't stop exercising. You can keep exercising, it's good for you. And obviously, on the mental health side, they feel better about themselves. And then postnatally, again, women can come to me having not done any exercise throughout pregnancy and like, right, I need to get on it. And, they, as I say, they can bring their babies. They have their babies sometimes in the carriers, or it could be they might come without babies. I know it's a lot harder. There's not as many creches available and things like that. And that's where people feel like, oh, they don't have a safe space to exercise, and they really want to be safe. This is the thing. And that's why I try and offer them that kind of safe environment and community of meeting other mums as well. And they feel like they're getting a workout, and they are definitely getting a workout with me.
I do more gentle ones that are like yoga and Pilates mix, and that's probably the best one to start off with postnatally. And then I kind of progress them, and there's different stages. And the boot camp is obviously, you know, once they're probably a little bit further, feeling a bit fitter, a bit stronger. And again, the babies are in the buggies, and it's really nice. Mums to see their bonding as well, and that's what I love about doing in person again, which I didn't have during lockdown. I felt like you're missing that element of it. Whereas I try to find somewhere where they can have a coffee afterwards and a chat, and they bond and create these friendships that they have throughout and beyond my classes, you know. And some come to my evening classes that have known each other since my. You know, since they first met doing the baby classes or mum and baby classes. So for me, it's so nice to help mums, because I know it's a hard job and we feel so overwhelmed and we just don't have the time to fit. Things like fitness just kind of goes on the back burner, and health goes on the back burner, and it should really be, you know, this is a time where they can focus on themselves, and it's so important. And I just see them like, you know, light up after they've done a class, and they're chatting, and it's just the best feeling. And I'm, you know, obviously before this I was doing advertising, and I was in the media industry, and I have to say that like doing this just brings me so much more joy, because I feel like I'm doing something for for mums, and helping them mentally and physically. So
much more rewarding. You feel like now rewarding work.
I think it's much more. Yeah, it's much more rewarding, and also it's flexible for me, because it works around my kids as well. I can pick them up from school, you know, and I can do stuff in the evening. So I have clients in the evening or a class in the evening as well, and that kind of works with my husband. He can take over. So it's been, you know, it's been a journey for me, and it, you know, setting up on your own is not easy, but you know, I think when you do something you love, you just put your heart and soul into it, and that's what I hope, you know, I'm offering mums, that they, you know, they can enjoy and they love it, and I get such lovely feedback as well, so it just makes it all worthwhile.
And finally, I just wanted to touch briefly upon, obviously your expertise comes across in numerous forms, in person, in your classes, of course, online with that library of content that you have, and also in written media as well. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So it came about when I had a contact at 220 Triathlon magazine, and I always harp on about diastasis recti, which is your tummy gap, which separates once you become pregnant, and then obviously it's about whether you still have that diastasis after, and what exercises you can do, and how you know, it's quite overlooked sometimes, and not always checked in GP. So I sort of harp on about it, that for people to get it properly checked. So she asked me to write an article. That's how I started, and I started with that article, and they loved it and said, "Can you be our regular women's health writer?" So
fantastic.
Yeah, so it's been over a year now. I've been writing regularly, and it's published in the magazines and online as well. So it will be anything from, I mean, we talk about the different topics that we want to talk about. So it could be anything from exercising during pregnancy is one I've just produced, but also it could be how to adapt your workout to like your cycle, or it could be the health checks that women should be getting, what kind of health checks we should be having, to pelvic floor issues. I'm just trying to think of all the different topics that I've covered, but it's anything really that is in the women's health realm. So it can be, obviously, I've just done a menopause feature as well, which is a learning for me as well, because I deal a lot with pregnancy and postnatal, but the stage after that is something I really want to develop further and understand more and get a greater understanding for. So that was really good for me to kind of, because a lot of, you know, myself included, we're entering that phase, and a lot of my friends and clients are entering that phase. So it's I feel like it's a key demographic for me to understand, so I can start offering more for menopausal women. But yeah, that aside, I've kind of digressed. But yeah, essentially, I write article from every month, and it's featured in their magazine, and it's featured online as well. So and I love writing, so, and sharing expertise. Sorry.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you're doing really great work and sharing it in so many ways as well. Congratulations on your award again.
Thank you.
And thanks for taking your time to speak with us.
Thanks.
Thank you.